Let's try this.
Alrighty.
In 3, 2. What's up, guys? It's State of Soccer. We are here for a live stream, which we haven't done this in a long time. So, Gormy, pumped to have you on, man. How's it going?
Good. How about you, my man?
I'm doing good. Doing good, man. Just excited for this National League match. I think anyone who's a fan of the documentary, anyone who's just constantly looking for content out there on Wrexham has to be pretty pumped for today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the potential of them securing the league title today, I mean, it's absolutely massive, not only for the documentary with viewership-wise, but, I mean, for the club as a whole, because, I mean, they've been down in the National League for years, and they finally have a chance to get back to playing professional league football.
It's really exciting. Is that a Welsh flag behind you, by the way?
It is.
Okay, what's the story behind that? Did you go out and purchase that? Are you Welsh?
Well, I support Swansea City,
Okay.
but I also support Wrexham. I have a picture of both stadiums on my wall to my left. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm actually invested in this game.
This is kind of ad hoc. We decided to do this like 2 days ago, so I didn't really ask Gormy what his thoughts were on Wrexham, but I'm finding out for the first time live that he's a fan, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and also you're a fan of St. Louis, it looks like.
Yes, I am. Very happy right now with the way things are going for my clubs.
Yeah,
except for Liverpool. Liverpool causes me a lot of stress and anxiety.
They're playing right now too against Forest, so hopefully, hopefully they keep going the way. I mean, their last match was fantastic, so let's see.
Mm-hmm. Same with Dortmund. Dortmund, they won. Well, they're winning right now, but Bayern Munich lost to my other German club, Mainz, today. So very happy about that.
Well, for at least right now, we're going to focus on Wrexham. It's crazy. When I first started this channel, I never thought I'd be doing a National League stream. In State of Soccer, we've expanded so much. We're doing so much coverage of EFL, but at the same time, obviously, this isn't even EFL yet. Wrexham needs to get into the EFL, and that all can happen today.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts going into this match?
Well, I mean, they definitely have the upper hand with the players that they currently have at the club compared to Boreham Wood. I mean, Boreham Wood, they're fighting for a chance to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Boreham Wood, they play today, and they also play Tuesday. And I mean, when you look at this Wrexham side, they should definitely be expected to go up now. And hopefully it does happen today. It would be absolutely fantastic if it does. And I mean, if they do end up going up, they're going to have a lot of players that immediately, like, they don't even have to think about changing. Like, they have such good quality in their side. And one big question will be, is Ben Foster actually going to stay with them, or is he actually going to retire once the season ends?
I think everyone's kind of waiting to see what happens with Ben Foster. Obviously, in a couple of matches ago, he had that incredible penalty kick save. Just an absolute legend. And since he's retired from his professional career, now he's come back. He's built up quite the following when it comes to media, doing all of his podcasts and everything. So it's pretty cool that he's bringing that back into play here with Wrexham.
Yeah, because I watched Ben when he was at Watford, and I mean the behind the scenes everything that you got to see with what he did with his match day vlogs and all that, and having the GoPro in the net, it was something much needed for the game, and everyone loved it. And obviously, like you said, he's brought a lot of that back, and getting to see that at Wrexham and get it behind the scenes during the season instead of having to wait for the show to come out, it's nice.
It's really cool. And I think that we have so much coverage now of Wrexham, so much coverage of the National League, so much attention is being given to this league. I always wonder if out of this, some American viewers end up finding other National League teams to become a fan of outside of Wrexham even, and just kind of explore the league and the landscape of football over there.
Yeah, I mean, a team that I would recommend to Americans to look into that's in the National League is Dagenham and Redbridge. Their actually part owner is Tim Howard.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Another one is Oldham Athletic. I know Oldham has had a long history. They were one of the original Premier League clubs, now find themselves in the 5th tier. So Oldham is kind of an interesting club. They've had some financial issues. Wrexham, obviously, whole different strategy here. I know some British fans, even maybe some Welsh supporters of other clubs, might have some resentment towards Wrexham, I'd imagine, given the wages that they pay. But at the same time, hey, I mean, this is how they're going to make their moves up to the EFL. So it is what it is.
And the thing about that with the fans of these other clubs that are anti what is happening with Wrexham, they would 110% take that happening to their own club. It's just that, yes, it was investment from overseas here in the US and in Canada, and people are like, oh, well, it's billionaires coming in, because I mean, Ryan Reynolds, he sold his Mint Mobile, I think it was,
Yeah,
for
Mobile,
$1 billion. So I mean, they have the funding now for Wrexham. It's impressive. But I mean, it's, if it were to happen to any club, they were one of the few that definitely deserved for this to happen and go their way, for sure.
Exactly. And we have about 5 minutes, guys, until kickoff. For anyone who's tuning in right now, drop a comment. Where are you watching from? Who are you supporting in this match? I'd imagine it's probably Wrexham if you're watching a live stream of Wrexham seeking out the match here today. But still want to hear from you. I'm always so curious about the ecosystem of football now in the United States, over in Wales and England. Curious to see, do you support your local MLS squad? Do you only watch Wrexham? Do you have a Premier League side? Kind of interested to see who's tuning in today, hear more about you. And we'll give you guys some shout outs if you can jump in into the comments here. But yeah, Gormy, one thing I think that's really cool about Wrexham, obviously, is their whole sponsorship history. Now, obviously, having TikTok as a kit sponsor. Additionally, for me, being from Philadelphia, Rob's involvement with Wrexham and the midnight green jerseys, similar colors to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm a huge Eagles fan. So there's kind of that connection for me as well, personally, which has kind of made me fall in love with the team, or at least their story, which is, exciting.
Yeah. And I mean, they're all trying to do everything they can with Wrexham, especially like to promote it, because I know that Rob actually just had over, I think it was his wife, and then Charlie Day and the other guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They were all over there for the game this past week. And I mean, Ryan Reynolds apparently is trying to find a way to fit Wrexham into the new Deadpool movie and all this other stuff. So they're trying to advertise this club in any way they possibly can. And with what they do for a living, I mean, it's going to open a lot of lanes and possibilities for them.
Yeah, and celebrity circles start forming, right? Like, I'm sure that there's other celebrities now who are friends with Rob, who are friends with, that I'm sure will jump in and start supporting Wrexham, and maybe even look to purchase their own teams in the National League or League Two if Wrexham is able to move up today. Now we have 3 minutes till the kickoff. It looks like we have a bunch of people tuning in. Guys, make sure to hit like, make sure to subscribe. Also, drop a comment. I said a couple minutes ago, we want to see where everyone's watching from. We've yet to have a comment, so I'm waiting for one of those. We're here in the United States. We're stateside. As I'd imagine, out of all the viewers here, I kind of want to see what's the how many people are tuning in from the States. Where are you guys tuning in from? So, Gormy, it looks like we're getting a little bit closer right now. They're currently showing the standings of the National League here.
Yep.
Obviously, Wrexham is at the top of the standings. And really, I mean, we are at the tail end of the season right now for Wrexham.
Yeah, and I mean, if it wasn't for that save by Ben Foster, them and Notts County would probably be neck and neck. I mean, Notts County has been balling out this season. They've also been very impressive, and I hope through the playoffs, Notts County go up, because they're another club that definitely deserves to be playing like professional league football.
Yeah.
And they have the striker to definitely help them get there in Langstaff. Langstaff has been amazing. And I have a feeling that if Notts County don't go up through the playoffs, that Langstaff will probably be bought by a League Two, League One side. He's that good. He is very, very good. He's basically Notts County's Paul Mullen.
Exactly. And We got Gorman. We got a viewer, Jose Blanc, tuning in from Argentina. Pretty
There
cool.
we go.
I've actually seen in other live streams a lot of Argentinian fans starting to fall for this Wrexham side. So, Jose, I wanted to know: did you start watching this out of the documentary, or have you always been a fan of Wrexham? Nothing wrong with just starting to get into Wrexham because of the documentary, but curious. We have someone watching from the Philippines, watching from Manila. Hopefully Wrexham closes it tonight. This is McCoy Marcos. They have a match in hand after, but that would be really dangerous for the club. What are your thoughts there, Gormy?
I'm with them. Hopefully they do close it out, because you don't want Notts County getting any sort of oomph, any sort of push or confidence to where they could go on and secure the title themselves. So hopefully Ben Foster and the boys show up today. And I mean, having a goalkeeper like Ben Foster, having a striker like Paul Mullen, and the midfield that they have, hopefully Wrexham can get it done today. I'm confident in them, and hopefully they show up for this big occasion.
Well, right now it looks like the racecourse ground. The players are walking out. Paul Mullen's walking across the middle of the pitch. There's Ben Foster. Players are shaking hands. It looks like we're about to get started here. Kickoff in just a couple of moments here from Wrexham in Wales. Also, we have Jose chiming back in saying he found Wrexham through the documentary or became a fan. That's pretty cool. Jose, thanks for sharing. But yeah, guys, really, really exciting. This pre-match show is about to turn into the watch along here officially. Match is about to start. Some predictions. Gourmy, what are you feeling today?
I'm hoping for a 3-0 from Wrexham. I am hoping for it. What do I think will actually happen? Probably a 2-1.
2-1. Okay. I'm feeling 3-1 for Wrexham. Looks like players are taking the field. Packed, as always. Wrexham racecourse is packed. I mean, what else do you expect right now? It's crunch time. Really looking forward to that new stand too, Gormy, when that opens.
Yeah, once they have the cot back up, I mean, if that was up currently, this would be a 15,500 like full capacity sellout right now. And I mean, it's very loud with 10,500 people. Add 5,000 more, so it would be absolutely insane there.
It would be absolutely electric. We have McCoy Marcos coming back in 2-1 for Wrexham. Very probable scoreline. I could definitely see that. Guys, we're about to start. I want to hear your predictions. As I said before, make sure to hit like, subscribe. On State of Soccer, we try to do some watch alongs. Also, check out Gormy's channel. You want to talk a little bit about that, Gormy?
Yeah. So I cover a game called Football Manager. It is like FIFA on steroids. It is very very analytical. There's a lot of numbers to it. It's really the more realistic side of football, where you actually feel like you are a manager, hence the name Football Manager. Do tactics guides, some rebuilds and whatnot, but also started to do some IRL football coverage as well. Recently did a video on my hometown club, St. Louis City, and also did a video on Feyenoord. So if you guys want to check out Why Gormy, that is my YouTube. Feel free to do so.
You heard the man. Check out Why Gormy. And guys, we are underway right now. Boreham, dangerous attack. I'm going to switch over to the match on my end. And, as always, this match tracker is a little bit quicker. Wait, we have a goal for Boreham early on.
No way.
Not the start we were looking for Wrexham here.
Yeah, he dinked Ben Foster. That was very calm, cool, and collective from Nlovu.
Nlovu with the goal here. The number 9 for Boreham with the goal. I'm waiting to see the replay. So can you describe it for me, what you saw?
So, I mean, Nlovu he ran in behind the defense. I can't tell who it was that fell down, but Ben Foster was caught way off his line, and he just dinked it right on over. Like I said, calm, simple, calm, cool, and collective from him.
Mishap in the backfield there for Wrexham. I think Foster came off his line thinking he could scoop up the ball, but unfortunately, defensive mishap there. And now Boreham's up 1-0 here. Wrexham is now on attack.
Definitely not the start that Wrexham wanted.
That is not the start we wanted here. We have Lance Wilson chiming in. Oh my God, that is right, Lance. Not the start we wanted here. 1-0, as you can see on the screen. We have I can't say this. Venge Fulal saying, can't wait to go to a proper match, 2-0 Wrexham. And then he later on chimed in right away. Guess I was
Guess
wrong.
I was wrong. That's perfect.
We were hoping you wouldn't be wrong there. So I
Yeah.
like that score line. I'm still sticking to my 3-1. That's still in play.
Mm-hmm. And Wrexham are used to this recently. They've been going down in the first half and then having to battle back. So I mean they'll hopefully get one back before the end of the half. Hopefully 2 back, and they can hit your prediction of 3-1. That'd be fantastic.
And you see National League play. It's just crazy. It's always, the match is never over too in these matches,
Yeah.
especially when you have the side that Wrexham has. Wrexham is on the attack right now. Beautiful slide tackle there by Boreham's defense. Let's see. And the thing is, their midfield can just control the ball so well, Wrexham. But they're, when it comes to the technical, the skill level between these two teams, Wrexham is head and shoulders above them. But as I said, anything can happen here in National League.
Yeah.
This is one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest to get promoted out of.
Yeah, this and the championship are the 2 toughest leagues, 100%. Because a lot of people say once clubs from the National League get promoted out of the National League, the skill level in those teams, and especially Wrexham, for instance, between them and an actual League 2 side or a League 1 side, it's not that big of a skill gap for real. But then once you get to the championship, that's when the real test begins again.
Yeah, and there's a couple players on Wrexham that could definitely compete in the championship, I'd say. But until they get there, if they're able to win today, if they're able to get promoted out of this campaign, which we're all hopeful, of course, they go into League 2, then League 1, and then championship. So they have quite the way to go. But slide tackle there for Boreham. Right now, I got to say, coming out of the gates, Wrexham, the momentum started to shift back into Wrexham's favor. But that early on mishap just not all what Wrexham wants at home.
Yeah.
Ellie Mae Holmes saying it's football. I call it football on this channel when I'm talking about Welsh football, English football. When I'm referring to Major League Soccer, I call it soccer. So never had an issue with football versus soccer.
Yeah, I actually prefer to call it football.
Yeah, for today, it's football. My channel is State of Soccer, but it's football today we're watching.
Yeah, State of Football TV.
I get a lot of comments to change my name, but it's, I am stateside here located, so it's what I'm going to be for now. But all right, looks like we had a corner here for Wrexham. Wrexham corner kick. Waiting to get the update for you guys here in the 6th minute. Wrexham still with the ball here on their half of the field. Yeah, Gormy. I mean, now Boreham's going to dig in here with the 1-0 lead. I'm sure this changes a lot of their strategy potentially.
Yeah, this helps their cause for that push for the playoffs. Big time.
For Wrexham, it doesn't really change anything.
It would cause a lot more stress for them going forward, because I believe even if they get a draw, that is just enough.
That is just enough. Now, is Ryan and Mac at this match? I'd imagine they are.
I do not know, but like you said, I would imagine they would be. This is the biggest match in recent memory for them.
All right, let's see. Let's go back to the comments, Gormy, see if we have anything.
I love Jamie Todd's comment.
Jamie Todd.
Ben Foster getting chipped is GoPro worthy content.
I would like to see that on the GoPro. All right, we are right now in the 8th minute. Guys, comment where you're viewing from. I feel like right now we got a kind of a hodgepodge of viewers from all around the world. Kind of curious to see where you guys are watching. Is Wrexham your side? Is it your main club? Do you watch anyone else? We talked a little bit about our teams here prior to the match. 8th minute right now at the race course, and it looks like it's going to be another corner for Wrexham.
Lee has some good deliveries, so hopefully he can find someone in the box.
Weather right now in Wrexham. Let's give it a check here. It looks like the elements aren't really in play. It's a typical day in Wales, it seems like. But why not check, Gormy? Just to kind of give it an idea. Right now, it is 11 degrees Celsius in Wrexham for our non-American viewers, and it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit. We are looking at
cloudy.
There's a chance of showers in about 3 hours, so it shouldn't impact the match, but this is the National League. Who knows? Anything.
It's probably like St. Louis weather here where I am as well, to where it's completely fine one moment, and then next thing you know, tornado sirens are going off.
Yeah. It looks like Reb see it, if I'm saying that correctly, St. Louis and St. Louis City supporter here too.
There we go.
There you go. Boreham with the throw in here in the 9th minute. This is State of Soccer. Guys are tuning into a live watch along. Haven't done this since the World Cup, Gormy. I know you've joined us for a watch along in the past. I'm really happy that you got to join us today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Last time I was on, I believe, was for the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun.
We had Josh Sperber as the play-by-play. If you guys have ever heard Josh, he's probably way too good to be a State of Soccer streams. He's truly a professional. Now he's actually the single A broadcaster of the Philadelphia Phillies, which is really, really cool.
Really?
Yeah, he just got hooked
So
up.
he's stateside now.
He's stateside. Yep, he's down in Florida. McCoy Marcos, supporting St. Louis City is a heck of a team this year. Off topic, just heard from Gormy supporting them this year. Very cool, yep. McCoy. That's really cool, honestly. And he's joining in from Manila. Kind of curious to see where you guys are tuning in from. And I got supporter season tickets.
Yeah, I mean that's impressive that they got season tickets, because they sold out in like 15 minutes when it went live. I believe it's a 20,000 person wait list right now for season tickets.
It's absolutely hype. St. Louis matches.
And the U.S. men's national team is coming here as well, with Jamaica, Nicaragua, and whoever joins their group for the Gold Cup.
I mean, Taylor Twellman's been saying it forever. And if you guys, the whole college cycle in the U.S., the St. Louis Billikens are a massive college team. There's a massive Bosnian population in St. Louis. Gormy, I believe.
Them and German and Irish.
We've had some big players come through. Bundesliga players have been raised in St. Louis. A couple different players.
Mr. Josh Sargent being a main one.
There you go. We got Sancrut Aquina. Whose fault was the first goal, or is it just a good goal? Haven't seen it. What would you say, Gormy?
I think the main reason why they did score was that I still don't know which defender it was that slipped. If that doesn't happen, I think that they do probably close him out and force him wide a little bit, and probably if he does get a shot off, Ben saves it. But I mean, because of that mishap, I would blame the mishap over like blaming a player.
Yeah. It also looks just like a complete miscommunication in the back there, honestly. So I would just, left side of the back four there for Wrexham. It looks like kicking it with Drew, friend of the channel, is coming in. St. Louis going to make this is turning into a St. Louis comment section. I know kicking it with Drew is close to Philly, but St. Louis going to make an MLS Cup final, but lose to Philly Union. There we go.
I don't know if we'll make the MLS Cup final, but in my video that I did, I said in the first 5 years we're going to have a trophy of some sort. Like, it's just the way that we've been going about things. It's kind of like Wrexham. Like the recruitment's very smart, very well done. and they're not really like Wrexham hasn't really brought in anyone that doesn't fit their system, and that's exactly what St. Louis City's done as well.
Doesn't fit the system, but players that I would say are head and shoulders above this level.
Oh,
But that's
yeah.
if you can do that, why not?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that people in the MLS definitely figure that out. That like Edward Lewin, our midfielder, no one knew who he was, even though he came over from Bochum in the Bundesliga. And people are like, okay, this dude is actually like probably the best midfielder in the league.
Oh, he's been fantastic. I'm really shocked with St. Louis. Right now, I'm also shocked that it's 1-0 Boreham over Wrexham in the 13th minute. I'm trying to get an idea right now. It looks like as far as possession goes, it's pretty mixed. I'd say Wrexham overall is dominating possession, but it's not what you'd expect. Now, of course, Boreham is fighting for a playoff spot, so they aren't a bad team in the National League. But you'd expect a match like this, Wrexham to come out early. If anyone's going to score, it'd be Wrexham off the bat, but defensive mishap there for Wrexham. Foster came off his line, and number 9 for Boreham chipped Foster 1-0.
We got St. Crute. I think that is how you pronounce their name, from India.
Oh,
that is absolutely awesome.
Really cool. So we have Argentina, we have India, we have St. Louis. So we have a couple people from the United States. I'm sure we have some UK audience potentially. Someone told me to take the champagne.
Philippines.
Someone told me to take the champagne out of the fridge. So I'm sure we have people from all over the place here. We have Philippines. Yep, that's correct. 14th minute here.
Listening from Canada. Where in Canada? Draw does not work. All right.
Craig Weir from Canada. Shout out to Craig.
So Wrexham need the win.
You know, it's really cool. Notts for Notts County, how close their stadium is to Nottingham Forest.
What's wild about that, though, is
Wrexham goal, 1-1. Sorry,
really?
Norm, we don't mean to cut you off, but let's see what we got here. It looks like it's Elliot Lee with the goal.
It is. He has been a man on a mission lately.
Fans are going absolute wild. The Wrexham supporters are going insane. Elliot Lee with the goal here in the 15th minute to tie Boreham 1-1. Early
Great ball in as well.
Great ball in. A little bit, looks like a little bit of a mishap in communication on Boreham's side, but I mean, that ball was perfectly placed. And there's Ryan Reynolds up in the rafters celebrating.
And Rob McElhenney there as well.
I feel like everyone kind of, Rob's a little overshadowed when it comes to Ryan.
That's the thing that kind of drives me crazy with it. It's like Ryan Reynolds Club Wrexham. It's like you guys realize that it's Rob McElhenney as well, correct?
Yeah. So, oh wow, what a header! Perfectly placed ball. That's a thing of beauty right there. They're both up there going nuts. Ryan and Rob celebrating. These guys are invested. They're the real deal, honestly.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The fact that they're there in the flesh, in person, I mean, credit to them, honestly. This is really cool. And I know at least on Rob's end, growing up in South Philly, not too far from where I am right now, being, just a core for Philadelphia sports fan, now falling into, I don't even think he understood the idea of promotion and relegation prior to following,
he didn't understand a lot of things. What got him in to the sport was watching Liverpool versus Barcelona on the epic comeback that Liverpool had. And he was like, you know what? I might actually start getting into this, and talk to his investors, and they're like, hey, you should invest in a club.
Yeah. And he did. And I think he convinced Ryan, right, to come along for the ride.
Yeah.
We got Craig Weir chiming back in Canada. He's in the Grimsby, Niagara area.
I've been in Niagara Falls, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Everyone says it's better than the American side. That's
it is like it just, I don't know why, but it is, because you can obviously see like straight across to the US, and it's even like you don't get that much area to like go around in
Yeah.
on the American side, it looks like, whereas the Canadian side, like you can go literally right up next to it. You get to go under it. It's amazing.
We got McCoy Marcos coming back in. He said he actually feels bad for Rob. He's a cool guy and practically started all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Reb said Rob is 100% okay being the wingman. There's no question. Yeah, he 100% is. He 100% is.
Looks like we might have another corner kick for Wrexham here.
Brazil.
Mauricio Rihi. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize, Mauricio. From Brazil. 1-1 here in the 18th minute. Tons of action so far. And that's another reason why I think people have latched on to Wrexham National League play. There's just so much action.
Yeah, and I mean, a couple years ago, there was that goalkeeper scored a goal in the playoffs to get his side leveled, but I believe they ended up losing after that, unfortunately. But I mean, National League, you will get to see everything potentially happen at this level. It's wild.
Dangerous attack for Wrexham right now. I'm going to switch back over to the live coverage here to see what's going on. Kind of describe to you guys some of the action. I think, honestly, man, it seems as if Wrexham now is starting to take control of that, getting that goal back, the confidence. Boreham, letting Wrexham back in the match is a huge, huge error. Now their game plan's going to change. Here we go. In swinging ball. It looks like it's. There we go. Boreham with the clearance.
Lackadonis from Pembrokeshire in Wales, 3 hours from Wrexham.
Very cool. Pembrokeshire. Okay. 3 hours from Wrexham.
I think that's another reason why Ben Foster said yes to doing this with Wrexham and coming out of retirement to play, is because they're only an hour and a half away from his new house where he lives with his family. And also, I mean, Wrexham was like one of the first clubs that helped give him that springboard to success in his career.
Yeah, I heard the same exact thing. I think he had that springboard, went to Man U, I believe, right after that. And then if I'm not mistaken,
he went to Birmingham, then Man U.
Then Man U, okay.
Well, he was on loan from Birmingham, went back to Birmingham, then went to Man U.
Then went to Man U. But he credits his time at Wrexham for giving him really kind of took him out and I guess just made him a better player, right? Ultimately, somebody says.
Yeah, like McCoy said, a lot of Wrexham's players are playing for the club because of the commute. And I mean, that's true because, I mean, Paul Mullen, he's a Scouser. So, I mean, it's literally right across the border.
That whole area has a lot of just classic clubs. That whole corridor, whether you're in Wales, whether you're across the border in England.
And if I'm not mistaken, Wrexham and Liverpool are affiliated with each other in some way, shape, or form.
I did not know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Wrexham's having a U.S. tour this summer.
I saw that.
Teams they're playing are no slouch, man.
It is not. They're really challenging
Chelsea.
themselves.
They're going to be playing Man U, Dortmund.
We got a couple more comments here. Lee was completely unmarked. How could they miss? But you got to give credit where credit's due. It's a goal. And then we have another comment from McCoy Marcos. A lot of Wrexham's players are playing for the club. Yep, exactly right. We just comment on that. Guys, if you're tuning in, hit like, subscribe. Make sure to subscribe so I can bring you more of these watch-alongs for Wrexham and other matches too. We did tons of World Cup matches on State of Soccer. Always fun having people like Gormy on just to chat it up, relax environment, talk about the game we all love. And guys, also talk about where you're from. Talk about why you're tuning in, what your interests are. We're here to have a conversation with you guys. So I'm kind of curious to see who else is tuning in. Make sure to drop a comment. Yeah, right now, Wrexham is just completely dominating possession here.
Yeah, they're starting to.
They're starting to on the Boreham half of the field. And Lee, right now, he's the player of the match.
Yeah, he's been absolutely unbelievable as of late.
There's Mullen complaining to the ref about a foul. It looks like it's going to be Boreham's possession here.
Not gonna lie, Ashmore, the keeper for Boreham Wood, looks like a jacked version of Calvin Phillips,
Yeah,
who
he
now
does,
plays for
he
Man
does.
City.
I did notice that. At least a lot bigger than Calvin Phillips. Oh, we got
Alca, they do win the league if they win the game. That is correct.
Gorman, we take a second to kind of describe how the automatic promotion and playoff picture looks from the National League to League Two for those who don't understand it listening.
So how it works is the top spot. So whoever wins the league, that is the only automatic promotion spot in the Vanarama National League. And then after that, you have second through fifth who go into the playoffs, and they will end up playing a playoff final at Wembley to go up. I believe it's at Wembley to go up to Skybet League 2 with whoever wins the league. And right now, Wrexham are in the best spot to win the league. Like we've been saying, if they win today, they do win the league. But Notts County also in a dangerous spot as well. And if Wrexham do win the league today, I would tip Notts County to be one of the sides that go up through playoffs, being the side that would go up through playoffs. But I mean, what we've seen from Boreham Wood, if they can get into the playoffs, I would not count them out either, because they have looked dangerous at times. And I mean, they went up early 1-0. So
that's exactly right. And we got another comment here from Kicking It with Drew. Kicking It with Drew asking us, I wonder, or just making a statement, I wonder how far the American owners can take Wrexham and how long they will stay with the club. Gormy, what do you think? And then I'll chime in.
I think that they will stick with them the entire way until they see it necessary to where they can't financially do it anymore, even though, like we talked about earlier, Ryan Reynolds sold his Mint Mobile for $1 billion. So I mean, that they have the funds to do a lot. It's just that Ryan Reynolds is also potentially in the looks to buying the NHL team, the Ottawa Senators. So that there might be some commitment, outside commitment there for him to potentially go with that instead in the future. But for right now, I see them staying there for the long haul.
Yeah, and we all know Canadians love their hockey. So if that became an opportunity for Ryan, I could definitely possibly see that. But I agree with you, Gormy, until it gets to the point where it's not feasible anymore. Also, that jump into the championship, especially into the Premier League, if they were to ever get there, continual improvements to the stadium like they're doing now along the way, if they're able to year after year just slowly improve the stadium one way or another, bring the club to that level, bring the stadium up to that level of the Championship Premier League, I could definitely see them hanging around if they have the funds to do so. Rebsiate commenting, apparently Paul Rudd was in the bar drinking at Wrexham before the game today. It's the new place to be for Ryan's circle of friends and people who talked with him. Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I mean, Will Ferrell, I think, was there a couple months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I want to visit personally too. I mean, I think that there's going to be a lot of Americans making that pilgrimage, just going over. A lot of people from, we've seen individuals on this right now, from the Philippines, from Argentina, Canada. We have Wayne Walden. Hi, guys, from Fulham. Wayne, I love Fulham. If I have any two clubs, it's Fulham and it's Liverpool. But Fulham was one of my first stadium tours on my channel. There's nothing better than the Craven Cottage. Wrexham will win 2-1. Good luck with the rest of the season. Thanks, Wayne.
Ant-Man and Deadpool would be a very interesting and chaotic movie.
Yeah. We have
that is the one thing I like from Marvel is Deadpool. That and X-Men. Otherwise, I'm a DC guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't dislike Deadpool. I don't know who does.
Yeah.
I
love how it's on Disney Plus. It's like Deadpool's a family-friendly film, I guess.
Yeah. McCoy, curious if Always Sunny is popular in the Philippines. I'd imagine if you've seen it, it might be. Just kind of curious. All right, guys. Dangerous attack here for Boreham Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's going on right now. It looks like it's in the box of Wrexham. Okay.
It's a throw-in
for Boreham Wood. Yep. And the stream on our end is about, what, 5 seconds delayed, I'd say. Not too delayed.
Compared to what do you have? What is that that's up? Because that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, this is a live match tracker. It's actually the demo version. You can pay for like the real thing, but I think this is Sports Radar. I've always tried to use it.
That's awesome.
Like Foot Mob is also really good too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they typically don't do like lower level match trackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being that it's Wrexham, they definitely do.
Yeah, I'm actually on it right now. It looks like they're unfortunately not. But what's cool though is you can track, you have all the lineups, who's there, who's playing. I can share this. We can share this at the half, kind of talk about it.
Mm-hmm. That'd actually probably be a good way for people that can't watch certain games and they just watch that instead.
We actually had a vote. Oh, shot off target for Boreham Wood. So Boreham Wood with the shot on goal. I'd say that's the first shot on goal they've had since they've scored early on. Yeah. There was a poll on FootMob that asked who will win today's match. There was 8,000 votes, 89% repping Boreham Wood. Or sorry, Wrexham. Excuse me. Yeah, the other.
I was like 89% against Wrexham. Holy crap!
The fix is in. If that's that's. So head-to-head, all-time Wrexham with 11 wins, Boreham Wood 1 win and 3 draws.
So historically speaking, Wrexham should definitely win this game.
Yeah.
Which I think at half they'll go in, have a hoorah speech, and then we're just going to see absolute dominance in the second half, and we will see Boreham Wood park the bus. Because they just need points right now, Boreham Wood.
Guys, Gormy, I agree. And I also want to give a shout to everyone here on the stream. This is pretty sweet for everyone tuning in today. Obviously, it's just contagious, the interest with Wrexham. Like I said early on, hit like, subscribe. This is State of Soccer. So in State of Soccer, we do tons of stuff. We do watch-alongs. We do stadium tours. That's kind of our niche. And just coverage of the game globally, wherever it may be. So yeah, just tune in if you're interested in this. I'm imagining if you're watching in your free time a watch along and a match tracker, you probably are. So, All right, looks like Wrexham is on the attack right now. Dude, I would love to be at this match right now. How cool!
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the environments of football matches are they're intoxicating. They're absolutely amazing because I've only been to one in my life, and it was actually this past fall when Bayer Leverkusen came to St. Louis to play our second team. Best environment I have ever been in my life for sporting events, and I was at Enterprise Center when the Blues won the cup, so it was absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, there's nothing that beats a football match as far as the atmosphere goes.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's a derby.
I've been lucky enough to go to the World Cup was
that was incredible. Ridiculous. That was awesome.
So the World Cup this past World Cup was just fantastic being over there in Doha and seeing the matches. The US, I followed the US around, and then outside of that I saw Belgium, Canada. So that was very cool. Omaha is $20 on Tuesday nights for supporters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Union Omaha, and they're actually one of the better teams in USL 1, which is the third tier here in the U.S.
So McCoy, the real question is, will the National League survive if Wrexham is promoted?
I think yes, because you always will have historically larger sides coming down and being relegated, and different stories come with that. Like I know for a fact that Rochdale currently may potentially, and this is just rumors, but I mean with everything that goes on at lower league levels, they might go into administration. So them going down to the National League, that could be a story there. But if Notts County don't go up, Notts County will be like the top dog next season.
And McCoy, no reason to apologize for commenting. Keep the comments coming, as many as you want. That's what makes these streams fun and engaging for everyone.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate
Keeps
it.
everyone entertained.
It looks like League. So right now in League 2, I'd say the bottom 5, AFC Wimbledon. So that's interesting.
If they went down, that would be insane. Because that is the Football Manager club, basically. So
we have Harrogate Town, Crawley Town, Hartlepool in 23rd, and then Rochdale, as you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Other teams to note in League 2 that Wrexham could be competing with next year. Obviously, Leyton Orient is in first right now, and this is if Wrexham is able to get promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Stockport, Carlisle, Bradford City, Grimsby Town. We had someone tuning in from Grimsby, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That's Grimsby in England. We have Elias Linares tuning in from Venezuela.
Venezuela. That's awesome.
Good to have you here, Elias.
Yeah, Wimbledon did. But then they became a very hated team called MK Dons.
Yeah. No one likes MK Dons.
MK Dons is like the English version of RB Leipzig in St. Pauli.
It's so annoying today. It's such a beautiful stadium. Like I've actually taken a look at like their stadium, the whole setup, the location. You would think that they would just have tons of supporters, but it doesn't work like that. Especially in the UK, it doesn't work like that. People appreciate the history and the storied pasts and built in storylines. We're a little bit different over here with MLS, and I'm not calling out St. Louis, but we can build a team from the ground up and sell out stadiums. It's just different. Boreham Wood with the dangerous attack right now. Let's kind of go back to the match, comment on some things there.
One like survey or study I'd love to see done is, are there more people or stadium seats in England? I definitely think there's more stadium seats.
I'd say people, but that's an interesting question.
Ooh, Mullen. Save. That was a dangerous attack by Wrexham there, though.
Beautiful ball.
Mullen was flying, and then it was saved by the jacked version of Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, Mullen can burn. He can run.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that survey I was talking about, one of those was done in the Netherlands, and in Amsterdam, there's actually more bikes than people.
More bikes than people. I believe that.
I think it's like 2 or 3 bikes per every one person.
We have a couple more comments. Hey, I'm Andy from, let's see, Shropshire. Oh, here's Shropshire, UK. I'm a Tottenham fan, but follow Wrexham. Very cool. Andrew, thank you. That's thanks for tuning in.
He's had a very torturous football life if he's a Tottenham fan and a Wrexham fan, and he's been able to deal with all this stuff.
Shropshire. We have another Shropshire. Someone tuning in. The Pale Blood God. So let's see where Shropshire is. Unless it's the bot army from Shropshire. I doubt it.
McCoy said he watched a lot of Union Omaha game, excited for their game against STL. Lucky that USL One stream their games on YouTube. Yeah, they do. They're also on ESPN.
Okay, so Shropshire looks like it's right outside of Birmingham or close to there. We have Ludlow close by. Shrewsbury Town, so Shrewsbury is right around there. Telford.
I like Shrewsbury's their logo.
So it's bordering Wales, Shropshire. Okay, see, we learn new things on State of Soccer here. We have a corner kick for Wrexham. We'll see what comes out of this. All right, so Hugh here tuning in is at work right now, and this is kind of how you're following the match at work, out of curiosity. I feel like that's probably the best way to tune in. If you don't have a TV, you can't really get access on the laptop. The way you said, sure, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Andy or Andrew. Apologize. I corrected myself. Hopefully, I'm saying correctly now.
Very quickly.
Watching from Brosley. Okay. Shropshire. Let's get some more stats for you guys on possession for this match.
It's definitely in favor of Wrexham now, 100%.
It for sure is.
Like heavily.
Let's see.
Well, maybe not heavily. It's probably like 60-40.
So one thing about the National League, it's a little bit tougher to find specific stats when you're researching things. The Premier League, you just have loads of options.
Yeah.
We got Elias Linares saying, "Go Red Dragons." So yeah, when I was at the World Cup, Gorm, we actually saw Wales versus the U.S. and the Welsh fans were awesome. Just great people all around. Atmosphere was fantastic. Of course, Gareth Bale had that goal, the first goal for Wales, and I don't know how many years since they were last in the World Cup, but it was a historic moment. Yeah, but I mean, arm in arm. This sounds really corny, but after the match, Welsh fans were coming up, telling us great match. Likewise, back to the Welsh, and it was just a great atmosphere. The U.S. and Wales fans got along really well. It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that's one player I wish I could have seen before he retired was Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was absolutely incredible as a player, and I mean his last goal before he scored at the World Cup was his game-winning goal for LAFC against the Philadelphia Union.
Yeah, so as a Union fan, I mean, he was haunting my nightmares. He scores against my club, domestic club, and then national club too. It's like a personal attack on me, Gormy.
Gareth Bale had it out for you.
I can't hate though. I do love Gareth Bale.
Yeah. Well, one group that does hate him for absolutely no reason is Real Madrid fans.
That's true.
Even though he brought them plenty of trophies.
That's true. Hey, haters are going to hate. I'm sure there's a tons of Real Madrid fans who probably loved his time at Real Madrid as well. So it's just those are the vocal ones,
There's currently a player getting attention for a potential head injury, but he looks to be all right for Boreham Wood.
Let's talk a little bit about Wrexham's manager. Gore, what are your thoughts?
I think that he is probably one of the most entertaining managers that you can watch on a sideline, and locker room wise, especially in the locker room. His forgot how they were wording it. I think it was words of enthusiasm when he drops F-bombs, which I counted on Ben Foster's vlog for the Notts County one. He dropped 20.
20 just in the vlog alone.
No, just in the speech after the game.
I did not. Okay, I didn't see that. That's
he dropped 20. But getting him to be manager as well was a coup for sure, because people that was one of their first moves that they made was bringing in him as their manager, and it was a hard sell on the project at first, but I mean, obviously now, he's going to be a legend at that club.
I mean, Phil Parkinson, managerial career so far: Colchester, Hull City, Charlton, Bradford, Bolton, Sunderland, and then Wrexham.
Yep.
All-time win percentage about 40%, but I mean he's been at some top clubs, larger clubs.
Yeah. I'm guessing Sunderland was it was when they were in League One.
When they were in League One, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2020 was his last year at Sunderland. So let's talk about that real quick. I love the We Are Sunderland documentary.
Absolutely amazing. It
And
was so good.
in a way, that kind of paved the way for this in the football world, I would say. They, of course, tried to do like that whole F1 style show with Tottenham and a couple other teams. I would say this is a little bit more similar to We Are Sunderland.
Yeah. So Sunderland till I die.
Yeah, Sunderland till I die, yeah.
And Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds, they both talked about that in the early stages of the first season of the documentary at Wrexham, that is one of the things that kind of got them into the idea of, okay, we should do this. And I mean, when you can develop a connection with a club like Wrexham, say you're already a fan, but then you see it to where
hold on, Gore, we got a goal. Oh, it's a goal kick. Sorry.
Kick. Okay, don't do that to me.
I just called goal and I got excited. I'm cutting you off.
Don't do that to me. You got me excited because I saw it was Wrexham and I was like, oh no.
I saw in the corner of my eye goal, but it was a goal kick. My apologies.
But yeah, they were like, you know what, this is pretty amazing. And if you're already a supporter of the club and then you have a documentary style like Sunderland Till I Die type thing done on your club, it's absolutely amazing. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are more and more that come out like this with stories of clubs that are like people need to see.
I wanted to see MLS do something like some of the more high profile cities and follow MLS clubs in the way that they travel from city to city, all the different corners of the United States. I think that'd be kind of interesting for a global audience.
The easiest sell for that would probably be LAFC.
Yeah.
Just because they're LA.
It looks like we have an injury, Gormy. So let's see who it is.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I don't see anyone down yet.
And also Rory came back in, Rory Briggs. So Schropp is pronounced with the O sounding like the O in shop, and the Shire sounds like sure. So it'd be more
Shropshire.
There we go.
Shropshire.
I feel like our R still sound off. Shropshire. 45th minute here. Yeah. Let's see who's injured on the field.
No, that was head contact. That sucks.
That is head contact for Wrexham. Number 18 is down. It's Sam Dalby.
Sam's back up, though. There's a Boreham Wood player.
Boreham Wood. Let's see who's down.
McCoy said, welcome to Wrexham did what Drive to Survive did to F1. That is true. Because Drive to Survive really got people into F1. I mean, no one really talked about F1, and now everyone talks about F1.
Yeah.
Which personally, I'd much rather watch F1 over NASCAR.
So. There's a big football and F1 crossover I see too, at least in the States. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather watch F1 too. I actually was lucky enough to go to Austin's F1 event when it was at Circuit of the Americas.
That's awesome.
And it was really cool. It's very different being there than watching the documentary or watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Dangerous attack for Wrexham here. We have 2 minutes of stoppage time in the first half for Wrexham. We're, of course, in the 46 minute right now. It would be great for Wrexham to get a goal if they can here before the end of the first half. Which Gormy and I will stick around. We'll talk a little bit about the first half action, give our thoughts and kind of predictions on where we see the second half going here in this massive match for Wrexham and for Boreham Wood too, in their fight to get to the playoffs for Boreham Wood.
I want to know which Boreham Wood player that is with that massive beard. I need to know what beard oil he uses. For sure.
Should tweet
I
at
need a
him.
beard like that.
Dude, I tried to grow out a beard, but I was just getting way too itchy. I know you have to, I know you have to like get past that stage.
Yeah, that's the one downfall.
Yeah, it just drives me insane. And my hair is a little bit like curly, so it's tough. We got Neil McRandall's tuning in. This is another Manchester United fan cheering Wrexham on from North Yorkshire, England. Neil, great to have you in the comments section. Great to have you watching. Rory, great stuff, lads. Arsenal fan watching from London.
There we go.
We got a decent amount of UK watchers right now.
Yeah, which is
kind of
good.
shocking. I thought it'd be mostly Americans. Free kick for Wrexham here. A little bit of drama before the first half comes to a close.
I think that's at least 10 seconds ahead.
It looks like it is. That does it, guys, for the first half there. Corby, let's talk. Let's talk shop. Let's do a little halftime show right now. What are your thoughts here on the first half?
I mean, it did not start well for Wrexham, but like I had mentioned, they were kind of used to that recently, and they got the goal back through Lee. And I mean, they head in at half level at 1-1. My score prediction and yours is still on the table. Mine of 2-1, yours of 3-1. I mean, the quality that Wrexham have, I think, is really going to show up in the second half. But overall, in the first half, it was a lot of back and forth. Once I feel that Boreham Wood's definitely settled into the game and realized, okay, we're gonna have to just hold out for a point. Like that's kind of what they have to do. Whereas Wrexham, they 100% need the 3 points if they want things to end today. So it'll be interesting to see. But I mean, the first half overall, it was entertaining. It was fun.
Over under 50 F-bombs from Phil Parkinson here at the half.
50 F-bombs.
50 F-bombs in what, 20 minutes? I think it's doable.
If they're all to the players, I think their jaws are going to be on the floor.
It's not.
Like, oh my god!
It's not like they had a terrible first half too. There was some adversity early on, giving up that goal to Boreham Wood. You know,
yeah.
Some communication issues in the back four. Obviously, Foster came off his line. Boreham with that goal early on. I believe it was in the 7th minute. I could be long, maybe in the 6th minute. It was very early on, and then we saw not too long later Wrexham get one back.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, it's not like they had a bad first half. So, I mean, like I said, he's probably going to go in and have a hoorah speech, and they're going to come out and just dominate because they know, all right, there's 10,500 people here. The owners are here. We've got thousands of people watching worldwide. We need to end things.
You have a documentary about your club.
Yeah, you have cameras everywhere.
You have cameras in the back of the goals. Which, by the way, that we had the one comment on Foster's mishap where he kind of came off his line. I wouldn't say it was totally on Foster. I saw what he was trying to do there, coming off his line. He saw the ball coming through. I thought he could probably scoop it up real quick, but he does have the GoPro back there. It'll be interesting to see that footage for sure.
Yeah.
So
that probably came more as a surprise to them than anything. Like a surprise to like that's how they went down early on.
Yeah. I totally think so too. You saw the look on their faces. I think it was maybe even a surprise to Boreham Wood that they were able to grab a goal there within the first 10 minutes of play. Obviously, that's what they wanted coming in. But guys, whoever's tuning in now at the half, thank you so much. This is the halftime show here of State of Soccer. Make sure to hit like, subscribe. Tons and tons of drama here just in the first half alone. This is the National League, so it's what we've come to expect. If you watch the documentary of Wrexham, you probably come to expect that as well. I want to hear in the comments where you're tuning in from. What did you think of the first half? What was your score prediction going into the match? Does it still stand?
I think almost everyone still stands except for the one that was 2-0.
2-0, yeah. Well, if you didn't have Boreham Wood scoring a goal, then.
Yeah.
No, but this has been highly entertaining, as it always is when it comes to this league. So yeah, Phil Parkinson right now, I'm sure he's addressing the boys. Gormy, if you're him, what are you saying? Are you saying exactly what you said about you have the owners here, you have 10,000 fans
Yeah,
supporting you?
along the lines of that. And I mean, like you said, they did not play horrible. There's definitely elements of the game that they need to hammer down and be like, okay, we cannot be loose at the back. We can't be loose anywhere. We need to straight up dominate this second half, and that they are definitely going to be able to do so. It's just like I said earlier on, Boreham Wood, they're probably going to sit back. They need the point. So
That's exactly what I think I see in the second half. We have a couple comments here. McCoy, Marcos, Wrexham can't afford to draw, aside from not grabbing the championship, because if they do, they need to win the next one. Not even a draw, since goal difference is not in their favor.
yep.
And that's surprising that goal difference is not in their favor over the course of a season.
It's Langstaff, man. Langstaff at Notts County has been unbelievable.
I want to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to say something that's probably unpopular about Wrexham, given how much money they are spending, given, going out signing these big players. Do you think it is the expectation is to get promoted? I'd say, that this isn't always how it works in football. You don't just spend money and look at Chelsea, right? Of course. But at the same time, do you think they should be in a better position at this point in time, Gormy? I mean, Notts County is also just incredible, so it's tough to say.
Yeah. I think, do you mean like they should have already had the league wrapped up?
In a way, I've already had the league wrapped up maybe 2-3 matches ago.
I do think so. I think that the draw to Barnet was kind of lackadaisical from them to allow that to happen just after the match against Notts County. So it's personally, I do think that they should have the league wrapped up, but like you've been saying, the National League is a totally different piece than the other leagues are. Like this is the lower version of the
Yeah, yeah. Neil coming in saying, I can't view the match, but I heard Wrexham will come out battling. They are battling right now, Neil. That's exactly right. We have Johnny tuning in from the Isle of Man. He's a Rangers fan on the Isle of Man supporting Wrexham.
That is awesome.
That is pretty awesome. Johnny, we were talking about Formula One earlier, talking about racing sports. That I think it's that motorcycle race. It's probably, they're not really motorcycles. I don't know what they are. That high speed race on the Isle of Man. I've always seen videos of that. Curious. Tell us a little bit more about that. If you've ever witnessed that, if you're against it, extremely dangerous, but I know that's a really cool. Well, it's a pretty cool thing to do every year at the Isle of Man. McCoy Marcos, the FC Halifax and Barnet game really put them in a tight spot.
Yeah, like they did, and that's what I'm saying. Like it was kind of lackadaisical from them because they know they need all 3 points from those games. Because, like you said, they get all 3 points from those games. Already done, dusted, last week. So
exactly.
And I mean the same could be said for Notts County as well. I mean they at certain points in the season were probably like, okay, we have it in the bag, because I think at certain points of the season they were ahead of Wrexham, and now they find themselves behind again. So
it's the adversity of a National League season coming to play. I mean, you can look at certain matches. Yeah, obviously goal differential. Notts County has been killing it, but all things, they're in the position they want to be in, right? They control their own destiny. They fought to get there, and a win will do that today. A win will be automatic promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So Nielsen is from Brazil. Well, he's Brazilian.
From Florida.
Florida and Brazil. Okay. So maybe born in Brazil, but now lives in Florida. Very cool. Awesome to have you here. It's Johnny says it's called TT. So we're talking about that racing earlier in the Isle of Man. It's called TT. Every year riders killed, unfortunately, but amazing to watch, guys. And I live on the course, so don't have far to go. Only a few. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're talking about Formula One earlier, Gormy. This is like one of the fastest, at least biking races, obviously, in the world. They're motorcycles or they're. Let me look this up. I feel like I'm completely.
So is it the motorcycle version of F1?
Tourist Trophy are an annual motorcycle racing event on the Isle of Man every year, May and June. So Johnny's right. It's coming up pretty quickly. They've been doing it since 1907. Typically, they go up to about 135 miles per hour. These motorcycles through the back roads of the Isle of Man. So Johnny lives on the course. A lot of the houses are right on the courses. You see people's farms backing up to it. It's dangerous for the drivers and for the spectators as well.
That is interesting. That'd be cool to live so close to where it goes on as well.
Yeah, I would almost rather sit up maybe in like a window though, a little high above, like on a perch, not necessarily on the course. That would be really cool.
It's like the people in Monaco, like getting to see the Monaco Grand Prix for F1.
TT, I feel like is similar. Yeah, in a way. Definitely a different environment being on, the south.
Some public road.
Yeah.
Well, they shut down the public roads, don't they?
They shut down the public roads, yeah, but it's yeah. Stefan Burnt, what's your Wrexham prediction for today, guys? Gormy, you chimed in early on in the match.
2-1.
Yep, and I was 3-1. So both of our predictions are still in play. Gormy, I think you get your 2-1 victory.
If it happens, it's gonna be those people go nuts.
Nielsen,
especially if it's late on.
Nielsen's still confusing me. I think he's from Brazil, but he lives, which is cool. He lives in Florida, but then he has Florida, USA. I think he's a big fan of Florida, which is cool. Florida's a cool state.
I don't blame him. Florida is a lit place.
Big Florida guy.
Although it does have a lot of very scary reptiles down there.
Yeah, a lot of random things happen in Florida too. It's all over the news all the time. People love to pick on Florida, but I like anytime I go to Florida, I have a good time.
Yeah.
But people like to pick on Philly too, my city. So it is what it is. I feel like St. Louis gets picked on a little bit occasionally too.
So yeah, we get picked on. I mean, we were one of the murder capitals of the U.S. for a long while, but hey, Chicago holds that now. So
yeah, there we go. And I wonder if we got guy from Isle of Man. I wonder if the Isle of Man gets picked on.
I feel like the Isle of Man would be a very cool place to go to.
I feel like it would be. I actually went to Liverpool to see a match in 2019, and I was gonna go to the Isle of Man. I had a flight booked, Gormy, and then the match was changed to the following day, so I had to cancel my Isle of Man trip.
Oh, that sucks.
But I was gonna go Liverpool. I believe it was a ferry to the Isle of Man, and I forget it was a flight from Liverpool to the Isle of Man or a ferry, I forget. But then it was to Dublin and then back home. So I was trying to go there.
One thing we do get picked on here in St. Louis about is our pizza.
St. Louis pizza, yeah. It doesn't sound too appetizing to me.
we have a different cheese. We also it's thin, and I mean for me, I prefer it over any other pizza. Like,
really,
it's amazing. But then there's those places where like you get like New York style pizza and all that, and it's like, okay, that's really good too.
I mean, when you're talking about just like cheese, sauce, carbs, you can't really go wrong. I mean, pizza's just always good no matter what. Chicago style deep dish.
I can't do that.
Napolitan, yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, it's just you look at it and it's a pizza pie, but it's like, okay, that's not really pizza at that point. That's definitely pie.
I know. Public service announcement, guys, too. Oh wait, hold on. We got definitely a great place. Isle of Man, definitely a great place to try, guys. I came for a long weekend. That was 23 years ago now. Wow. So he went there for a long weekend and stayed. Johnny, what was the reason you stayed there? Was it just peaceful? Did you feel at home? What made you say? Was it the TT annual race? Kind of curious. Or was the fact that Isle of Man has one of the coolest flags in the world? Because they do.
Well, one thing that I would fear is if I go to Europe, I won't want to come back.
I think it depends on where in Europe you go.
Especially like Austria, Switzerland, and there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, they got football and they got hockey. That's all I need.
That's all you care about. That's all you need. Yeah. My PSA was, unfortunately, sometime soon I might have to go. The girlfriend and we're going to a festival close by to my house. I told Gormy earlier on, but I'm trying to stay on for you guys a little bit longer. So
Yeah, just see out the second half and then you go to a festival.
I the promise was I would do one half. I'm already burning the oil here. I'm extending it as long as I possibly can because I'm enjoying this. Talking to you, talking to everyone, chiming in the comments. But that's the last thing you want. You don't want your girlfriend mad at you. So doesn't make they say like happy wife, happy life. I don't know what they say about girlfriends. It's kind of the same thing, right? But there we go. Yeah, Marco said
Girlfriend must always come first.
I know. She knows I'm doing the stream too. She loves the streams, but she's like, come on. This is a big
Coolest
game.
flag is behind Gormy's left shoulder. Yes, it is.
Oh, the
Although for some reason my cats have a problem with it. They always tear down the flag, and I don't understand. They got a problem with Wales, and I don't know where it came from.
Well, it looks like, Gormy, we are back here for the second half. And we have Johnny. It was a really nice place and got offered a job. The second day was here. So it was Isle of Man or Kazakhstan. Cool. I mean,
Kazakhstan isn't horrible. Kazakhstan actually produces some because I mentioned hockey earlier. They produce some pretty solid hockey players over time.
I think Kazakhstan has a lot of cotton too coming out of Kazakhstan. It's random, but
their flag. I like their flag.
Yeah, they have a cool flag.
Their national team jerseys for whatever sport they're doing always look super nice.
They're just super cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we are underway here in the second half. I don't know why I just said that with so much emphasis, but we are underway. I'm telling you, the 47th minute here. It is 1-1 Wrexham against Boreham Wood. Sometimes I'd like to chime in as if I'm like play-by-playing, but I'm really not. We're just kind of casually watching. We need Josh Berber for that back on. Corby, what was your impression? I think you were on with Josh, right?
Yeah, I mean we because he did cover it a lot, like we were like commentating the game, but I brought up some good topics and kind of got him away from that side of it. But
yeah, because I mean I love when he broadcasts, but sometimes it's fun to interact. Obviously, always fun to interact with the comments.
Mm-hmm. Now see that play right there by the Wrexham back line where Boreham Wood just whipped it across and they stopped that immediately. That was not happening in the first half. In the first half, that they would have bottled that around and would have been a little loosey-goosey, but I mean, already you see them playing much more tight in the back.
Yeah, already coming out full Parkinson. I'm sure had a word about that. That was his probably main concern. You can't allow that to happen again in this match.
See, Boreham Wood's already doing what I was talking about. They were in their own corner protecting the ball.
They're just trying to get a point here for, they're trying to make it into the playoffs. So that's what this is. We got a couple comments coming in. Let's see. Neil said,
you got to find someone.
Neil said the girlfriend should understand football comes first. We have
sure how well that would go over.
Yeah, I know. I'm really pushing it, guys. I'm really pushing the limits here on how much time.
Although this is a potential title-winning game.
I don't think my girlfriend is going to hear out the National League title-winning game. She goes to Union matches with me, so she's more of an MLS supporter. or she's an MLS supporter.
What's your thoughts on the Union season so far?
They're balancing the CONCACAF Champions League. I think ultimately Paxton Aronson was a big player for them too. Just kind of having an extra guy in the midfield. I mean, Corey Burke was a way better backup striker than Donovan. I think overall the Union will come along. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't think you'll see them finishing top 2. I think anywhere from 3 to 5 in the standings, and they could always make a playoff run.
Yeah, I mean the Union, they're a playoff team for sure.
For sure.
But I think people are reading a little bit too much into them early on in the season. But same could be said for my side as well with St. Louis City. But at this stage, as an expansion club, like, you're doing this well, no one would have expected that, so you might as well go on and make the playoffs, which personally, before the season even started, I thought we were going to make the playoffs.
It's tough. It's what's frustrating about being an MLS fan is the fact that, obviously promotion and relegation, everyone, you see what it does. Look at the match we're watching. Look at the excitement surrounding this. Yeah. But at the same time, the way owners invest here in the United States and the way that's the real difference, I would say, in England, in the UK, in Wales, wherever it may be, they're real clubs where our teams are more franchises.
It's because we don't have promotion relegation, which exactly. I think because their target's to hit 40 teams. If you have 40 teams in one league, that's nuts. So I think once it hits 40, you split it into 2. Which
at that point, you
personally think you could already do that, and you just bring up some of the USL teams, like Sacramento and Louisville, Pittsburgh as well.
And I think they would all be willing to risk going up from first and second division. Those clubs, especially, it's just teams with so much investment. Obviously, someone like a Red Bull could stomach getting relegated, but someone who's coming in as a sole owner.
Yeah,
their initial entry, they didn't probably understand the risk involved. But hey, if that causes owners to sell the team, there's plenty of suitors in the United States, I'm sure, who would purchase the team.
So because I think for what Ryan and Rob bought Wrexham for, they could have bought about 100 Wrexhams for the price of what a MLS expansion club costs.
Yeah, and look what they're doing with Wrexham. I mean, there's other ways to also make some money. It's not always, and it's and this is why the rest of the world hates us too, because we're talking about how to monetize a team here. But there's right. So there's different ways to make money, but of course, that's the one thing. I think that's what draws a lot of Americans to Wrexham goal.
No,
Wrexham goal. Paul Mullen.
He's running in right now. Oh, what a banger!
Let's see this.
Oh, yes. Super Paul Mullen. Absolutely fantastic. Cutting in off the left wing. Oh.
Wow. Paul
What
Mullen.
a shot.
I mean, that's why you pay the man. Give that man his bread. Give him his money. He's worth every cent, really.
He is.
Rob and Ryan just hugged each other, and the way Rob is celebrating, I
think that was actually Ryan's brother.
It was, yeah. I know. I can kind of say anything though, because I don't think most people tuning in are watching at the same time. Not that we're making things up, guys. But yeah, what a goal! What a goal! So yeah, Rob hugged Ryan's brother. It was almost like a hug that kind of said, "We did it." But. They should know better that this is the National League. Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
They need that third goal, Gormy. They need that state of soccer prediction.
They do
to come through.
Because I was going to say it at half. What do you think the odds would have been? Say it would have been 1-1, 90th minute +2, and there's 30 seconds left. They have a corner. What do you think the odds are that they would have sent Ben Foster up?
Wait, so say it again. Repeat. 90th minute +2.
90th minute +2. 30 seconds left before the whistle goes, and they have a corner. Odds that they send Ben Foster up
in the first half?
No, in the second. at the end of the second.
Oh,
90th minute plus
to
2.
potentially give. I mean, you ultimately could give up a counter and lose too.
Yeah, but do you think they would have taken that chance?
I think they do, personally. I don't know. What do you think? I feel like you're asking me.
I think that it would have been like meant to be if they sent him up and Ben Foster goes up, scores a header, sends them up.
If they win now, buy Paul Mullen's book, McCoy Marcos. Absolute screamer Paul Mullins from Neil.
Yeah, it was. It was a beautiful goal, cutting in off the left wing, and he's just like, you know what, screw it.
I love how Neil comes at me and says, "Football comes first," but then it looks like it's a picture. Is that his girlfriend or a mate? I can't tell. That's not me picking on.
I think that's his dad.
Oh, it's his dad.
Potentially,
okay.
maybe.
I can't. It's just the pictures are really small. Oh, it's tough to see the comments, the little icons.
Another dangerous attack from Wrexham. They are flying right now.
They are flying. This is what you predicted, Gormy, coming in the second half. Dangerous attack underway here for Wrexham.
James Jones. I absolutely love that man. Actually, what's funny, so in 2021, that's when I discovered Wrexham and Football Manager, which is what I do for work. And at the time, I was
Is Football Manager your full-time job at this point?
Yes, it is.
Wow. That's very cool, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was just playing with Wrexham, and I was like, you know what? This is a cool Welsh club. I want to take them to the top of the English game. And next thing I know, I get a message pop up, and it says Ryan Reynolds. And I'm like, please tell me this is some random Scottish or Irish guy named Ryan Reynolds. And then I look at the ownership group, and it's him and Rob McElhenney, and I look into it. I'm like, when did this even happen? So I went in not even knowing that they had become the owners.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
Which I don't think a lot of people realized it until like a year later, because that's when all the stories started coming out.
There was a lot of speculation before it was announced. I know that there was rumors going around. I don't think everyone really completely obviously everyone knew Deadpool, but then Rob's involvement, it's hit or miss if you knew Rob back then. I'm sure if you're a Wrexham. The Always Sunny is massive in the UK. I do know, at least I know in Ireland it's very popular.
Yeah.
But I'm sure around Wales.
I hope that Rob puts his Wrexham hat up for sale. Like they make that as merch, because his Wrexham hat is so cool.
That Wrexham hat needs to go to a museum somewhere in Wrexham. I mean, it definitely does. There should be a club museum in the newsstand or something.
Because I was watching, I think it was the last McGregor fight when he had that mishap with his leg, and the next thing I know, I'm looking ringside, and I see this Wrexham hat, and I'm like, wait, Rob McElhenney's at the fight wearing a Wrexham hat.
It's awesome. Amos from Seattle learned about Wrexham when Afron Griffiths came to play for our local club Sounders in 1975. Great to see their success. That's a cool story.
Awesome.
That's really cool. And Sounders have been around for a while. And we got McCoy Marcos. I learned about Wrexham because of Rob.
Yep.
Really
I think
awesome.
a lot of people did. Because he's really, really pushed it. I mean, so is Ryan as well.
For Rob, it's a lot of, I mean, not saying it's probably more of Rob's identity given his background than Ryan at this point, although it's becoming Ryan's identity too. Once it's in your blood, it's in your blood.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Rob has that connection with Wrexham because he said Wrexham is a lot like Philadelphia in the way that it's really community oriented, and it's kind of the lifeblood of the city. Because I mean, and it's kind of like that here in St. Louis as well. And I mean, you can attest to it. When your teams are doing well, the city is thriving. The city is doing well. Everyone's happy. And then when they're struggling, like you can clearly tell that it affects more than just the sport.
So let's hope that Wrexham, as a town, they're able to build upon this and improve a lot of other things within the city, within the town. That'd be great locally for the people in Wrexham to build off of this steam. All right, Cormy, I have like 2 minutes. I'm really pushing it here. We got 2-1 Wrexham in the 60th minute. Also, our viewers are now going through the roof. We are getting more and more viewers every second. I think they're tuning in because the drama is ensuing right now. I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, "Oh, wait, Wrexham's playing today? That's right. Crap, how can I watch?" Stumble across our watch along, and here we are. So I think Gormy's going to stick around. Is that okay with you, man? If you want, just
it's just I'm not signed in or anything, so I don't know if when you leave.
I will keep it on my laptop, and then I can remote shut down the stream. I think, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll just be live with my blank studio for the next 6 hours. But I don't know how that works. So we'll give it until the 63rd minute, and then I'm gonna have to hop off. But Gormy's gonna stick alongside you guys for the duration of the match.
Yep.
Number one streaming partner in the game, Gormy, and a great YouTube channel. If you want to shout out, tell us a little bit more about your YouTube channel, Gormy.
So I do Football Manager. We've mentioned it a couple of times. It's a management game that is it's basically FIFA on steroids, and it really allows you to get invested in the world of football. You feel like a manager, you feel like a scout, you feel like an owner with getting to manage every aspect of the club, and it allows you to kind of develop your own stories, and that's one reason why I love it. But I do tactics, I do guides, I do rebuilds, do some IRL stuff as well, which coming up I'm going to a couple of STLSC games, also going to the US men's national team game when they come to St. Louis, so I may be doing like some vlogs for that, so you guys may see that on the channel as well, which is Ygormy, YGORMY, if you guys want to check it out.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've checked out some of his stuff. You have awesome stuff, Gormy, and I've always been interested in Football Manager. I'm just afraid I'll get sucked in too much. That's why I've never
that is everyone's fear.
It's my main fear. That's the barrier to entry for me with Football Manager.
That is I mean, you start playing it at like 8 p.m. for like an hour before bed. Next thing you know, it's 4 a.m.
It's like my buddy started playing poker, and now poker is not Football Manager, but he won one tournament, and next thing you know, he was texting me. He was like, he only, of course, talked about his winnings, but he'd be up till like 4 a.m. and then going to work, and he just had the cold turkey stop. He's doing online poker every night. Yeah. All right. With that, guys, Gormy's going to continue the stream here. We are in the 63rd minute, so we probably have about a half an hour left, probably stoppage time, potentially more of this exciting potential promotion match for Wrexham. Wayne Walden saying, I must say that Wrexham is playing really well. Guys, one thing that will change with the stream if I hop off is still bring the comments. I don't think, Gormy, you can share the comments.
Yeah, I can't pull them up or anything.
You can't pull them up,
but I will still be able to see whatever you guys are saying.
Yeah, so he'll still give you guys a shout out, and of course, you see everyone's comments anyway if you're watching. So with that, guys, take care, Gormy. Good luck, man. Good luck to Wrexham. I'll be following on my phone.
All right, sounds good. Have fun at the festival, my man.
Thanks, man. See you guys.
All right, so if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. We are in the 63rd minute, at least I am right now, for Wrexham v. Boreham Wood in the Vanarama National. And if the result holds right now at Wrexham up 2-1, then Wrexham win the league title and go up to play professional league football for the first time in years, which would be absolutely amazing, not only for the club, but for ownership, for the city, for the fans. It would be absolutely incredible. But if you guys are just tuning in, let me know your guys' score predictions. I believe it is going to be 2-1. I think the result will hold. I mean, it's going to get really, really, really tight towards the end. Which, like I said, 63rd minute, now 64th. So, and Boreham Wood are also playing to get into the playoffs. So both teams have something to play for, big time. Yeah, McCoy, like you said, EFL League 2 on the horizon now. It most definitely is. This Boreham Wood keeper has been blowing my mind. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like 250 pounds of muscle, and he looks like Calvin Phillips of Manchester City. Liverpool fan, as am I. There we go. Come on, Wrexham. I agree. I hope they do as well, Wayne. I hope they do as well. Boreham Wood's trying to play out of the back right now. And they have to push now because I predicted earlier that they would definitely be trying to kind of park the bus, play safer. But unfortunately, they themselves find themselves down by a goal. And thankfully for all of us Wrexham fans, Wrexham are up 2-1.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back. So supposedly her friends are getting there later now at the festival, so I can be with you guys for the remainder of the match.
It all worked out.
It all works out. The football gods or the Wrexham gods are smiling down upon us. I'm actually beyond excited. You have no idea. I'm excited for the festival too. On the off chance my girlfriend's watching this right now, which I don't think she is. All right.
Wonder if Wrexham are holding back and defending more and now they're winning, or are they looking for the third goal?
I think they're looking for the third goal personally.
They definitely need the third because they're in the same boat that Feyenoord found themselves in against Roma because they only won 1-0 in Rotterdam. And then they went to Rome and could only score once.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you play nothing but defense and play prevent defense, you're preventing offense, and prevent defense is horrible to do.
I don't really think they change up much of their tactical plan here.
I think that they go for it, which they have looked like they are still going for it.
I just think they play it out. They just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
The midfield is just so good for Wrexham too. The ability to control the ball. I mean, that also comes into play as well, just dictating the whole rest of the match here. Oh, here we go. Corner kick for Wrexham off a dangerous attack.
What festival are you going to? What festival is in Philly?
So it's up in Bucks County. So I don't know how many people from Bucks County. You subscriber, have a great festival. Awesome, man. Thank you. Hold on. We got a corner kick. Wrexham action comes first. Yeah, it's called A Day. It's like a farming festival. So it's an area of outside of Philly that's a big farming area community, and tons of vendors come in with like fresh vegetables and food. They have like animals around, and it's supposedly pretty cool. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice community festival.
That sounds like the festivals that they do here in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's not like it's like an EDM festival where I'm just
going to see Steve Aoki.
It's actually the opposite. There's like farm animals around. Yeah, there's no Steve Aoki around. That would be unless he makes. Unless they like shelled out a lot of cash.
Surprise appearance in Buxton County, Pennsylvania.
Give it up for Steve Aoki's brother.
Exactly.
Like that. Who knows? All right, attacking Boreham Wood. We got the comments.
Great blocks right now by the Wrexham defense, and they get it out.
Yeah. We have Lock on Donis. I wonder if he's been here the whole time. I apologize for
Yeah.
probably botching your name. I wonder if Wrexham are holding back and defending more now. We talked a little bit about this,
Yeah.
but we don't think they are.
No, they still seem to be going for it, and I hope that they continue to do so. Because, like I said, prevent defense prevents offense, and that hurts you. Or
To,
like going into a defensive shell.
to McCoy's point, there's going to be a lot of Messis at the Farmers Festival. Should I wear a Messi jersey and get a picture with a goat and post it as my new profile picture?
That would be funny.
Is that funny? Or is that just kind of corny?
I mean, do you know who Castro? No, yeah, AA9 Skills is big FIFA guy.
Does he do that? Does he have a picture with a goat?
Yeah, he goes met Ronaldo today.
Well, I'll say that later. I'll tweet something out. Met whoever. Maybe I met Paul Mullen today. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Where can you watch it live? NationalLeagueTV.com, but you have to get a day pass.
Yeah, it's the day
Which,
pass. Like,
surprisingly, the day pass actually is not just a day, because you got it as well, right?
I had to. I had no choice.
Yeah. So we can actually watch the Boreham Wood game on Tuesday as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, their playoff hopes we get to watch as well.
Their playoffs, hopes, and dreams.
Yeah. Which I know that we were speaking about Steve Aoki a little bit ago. Fun fact about him: the Tachibana Grills, that like food chain, that was started by his dad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew he was wealthy.
His dad was really famous.
Wow,
He did a whole bunch of like like those like speedboat races and all that.
yeah.
He did a whole bunch of that. He was trying to be the fastest man on water and like all this other stuff. His dad's pretty famous.
What an absolute insane family.
I
Wrexham
know.
goal 3-1.
Paul Mullen.
Was it Paul Mullen again?
It was Paul Mullen again. Your score prediction was correct.
Well,
And Phil Parkinson, I think, is about to have a meltdown on the sideline. Like
guys,
he looked like he didn't know what to do.
the Wrexham fans are going, well, this is just such an awesome sight to see, honestly. It's so cool. You'd love to see it. There's Rob. There's Ryan. I mean, this is just awesome. Irish flag in the stands. There's Paul Mullen there. Unbelievable.
This is amazing.
This is what
I got the chills, honestly. This is incredible.
I'm so happy that we
very deserved for Wrexham.
We get to experience it with so many people here on the stream. This is so awesome that you guys are tuning in. Bit of breathing space now. That's what the comments are saying. I agree with that. The voices JT999. I said 3-2. We got Wayne Walden coming back in. I don't know, Wayne. Don't say anything yet. I agree. I think we're heading there. We're heading there.
Trending in the right direction.
Trending in the right direction. McCoy Marcos, who's been the MVP of the stream so far, goes out to McCoy. You guys have all been great, but tuning in from the Philippines on this one. I believe he was an Always Sunny fan, which is how he found Wrexham, or through Rob originally, he was saying. Ooh, ball up, Foster coming out, jumping up to make the save. Hasn't gotten much action, Gourmet, really, up until
no. I mean, he really hasn't. They've done this half especially, they've done a good job of keeping the ball out of their half. I mean, and like I said, they've been flying, especially Paul Mullen, clearly, with a brace in the second half. If he could add a third, it'd be insane.
Dangerous attack here for Wrexham. Wow, this is just Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. It is 3 a.m. from McCoy Marcos.
Now he is the real MVP. He is the GOAT. I'm going to take a picture of a GOAT later and say, hey, look, it's McCoy Marcos.
It's McCoy Marcos.
I'm sure he's not the only one up. at 3 a.m. I'm sure there's viewers. If there's anyone else who is not in Europe or, the Western Hemisphere, if anyone's tuning in from the Philippines, from anywhere,
from Australia,
let us know. We have wonder what the odds on Wrexham getting promoted to the first division at the season after the next.
I think honestly they could get promoted their first season up in League Two.
Yeah,
because we talked about that earlier. The skill gap, it's not as big as people think. Because I mean the skill gap, once you get to the championship, that's when you realize, like, okay, now we're definitely at a different level.
What type of reinforcements do you think Wrexham brings in?
Well, if Ben Foster actually does retire for real, then they have to bring in a goalkeeper. Defensively, they'll need a center back and probably some fullbacks as well. But I mean, attacking wise, they're fine. Although if Notts County don't go up, if I were them, I would try and bring in Langstaff and have Langstaff and Mullen. You will 100% get promoted.
That would be unbelievable. With Ben Foster, do we see any of Legends of the Games coming back out of retirement to join Wrexham randomly?
Gareth Bale?
That would be the I just don't know if
I'm pretty sure he said the only club he would play for in Wales is Cardiff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which for me, that makes me sad because I don't want to have to watch Gareth Bale score on Swansea. So,
one season at a time, says McCoy Marcos. One season at a time. The promotion is literally financially beneficial to Wrexham.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. How long do we see them staying in charge, ownership wise?
Yeah, yeah.
Each promotion, they're going to become more financially stable, and they already have the finances to back them up. The big thing will be, say 10 years down the line, we find Wrexham in the Premier League. That is a massive, massive bump in what they would have to pay players wage-wise. Would they need another investor? Potentially, yes.
I mean, they might along this journey through. Now we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
It's just hypothetical.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, this is this is why you play Football Manager. It's exactly it's like this, right? Dangerous attack for Boreham Wood, though.
Yeah,
dangerous attack for Boreham Wood.
They have a free kick right now.
It looks like it's a goal kick now for Wrexham,
which is good.
Anyone tuning in, hit like, subscribe, guys. We are coming down to the crunch time of this match. It's 3-1 Wrexham in the 78th minute. Wrexham has pretty much almost done it. I'm not going to say they have done it. I know Wayne Walden's saying he's 100% sure that Wrexham has done it.
It's raining.
It's raining now. It is raining.
You said, well, in 3 hours, it looks like it's supposed to do something.
Well, it's raining now. It's supposed to rain an hour from now, but this is the National League. I hate that I said that earlier, actually. I'm a little worried now. The rain is coming down at the race course here. Wrexham is up 3-1 in front of a packed crowd, sellout crowd. Was it
one thing 10, promotion-wise, contract clause-wise, it'll depend on how many of them have like wage increases for if they get promoted and how big of a wage increase they are. Because I believe Paul Mullen right now makes £4,000 a week. If they go up and he has a wage hike of like 35%, say every player has between like 20 to 35%, will they be able to afford that? Do you think?
I mean, they have no choice, and I think they will. Yeah. I think they'll be able to afford it. I mean, do you see that typically? I mean, is that typically could be any contract can be written in any way, right? But from your Football Manager experience, do you see that as usually happening?
I mean, yeah, a lot of players have wage promotion wage increases or yearly increases. I mean, I know for a fact some players even have clauses in their contracts, like if they score a certain amount of goals, get a certain amount of assists, if they win the Golden Boot, if they win the Ballon d'Or, whatever. But yeah, like the voices JTJ just said, you get money for getting promoted, but at this level, that promotion money is nowhere near what it would be like, say, Burnley going up to the Premier League. Like, that's a £200 million promotion bonus, basically.
What you're saying is when you're paying guys like Paul Mullen $4K a week, and if it's a 30% increase right there off the bat, I believe that's like $1,200 a week on top of everything else. Yeah. So if every other player is like that, 20 to 30%, that promotion money might not cover really a fraction of that, right? Like,
that's what I'm trying to get at, because obviously it'll be massive, them going up, but TV money wise, they'll definitely get something as well.
Well, Coy Marco's saying, putting into consideration other clubs trying to get Wrexham's players after this promotion too. But let me ask you something. Yeah. If you're a starter on Wrexham and you're getting so much attention just from the documentary and you're on this team, I mean, obviously money talks, right? But if it's not a crazy increase, would you just stay?
Yeah. Like, why would you leave?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Ben Foster took everything into account. It's like, okay, Wrexham's an hour and a half away from my house. I have a connection there already. It's Wrexham. My owners would be Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, and I'm going to be able to continue my podcast, get the vlogs back and all that. There's win-wins to everyone's situation at this club. And for example, like Paul Mullen, there's no way that Paul Mullen would leave.
Yeah.
There's no way a lot of these players would leave. Unless it's a massive jump in league-wise to where it's like, okay, say Southampton comes down from the Prem and they're like, all right, we want to bring in Paul Mullen. Maybe he goes there. Like, that's it.
I'm pretty sure there's people who can't probably, I'm not only Americans, people out there who probably can't name a championship striker, but they can name Paul Mullen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a household name at this point.
Yeah.
They get $1 million, Wrexham, if they do win promotion. And additionally, he's saying he lives very close to Wrexham, which is really cool. How close do you live? Yeah. Have you been to any Wrexham matches this season or in the past? Kind of curious.
That £1 million, though, will get filtered throughout everything, though, because it'll go to wages. It goes to bonuses for players winning, like if they guaranteed players. Like Lee, for example, he comes in, they're like, all right, if we win the league, we'll give you £50,000. Like, that's what I'm saying, like those clauses and everything. Plus, at the beginning of every season, if you stay in the league that you're in, you get a payout from that league.
And how much is
you have to divide that through the team? So even this bonus will get divided through the team.
And how much is Parkinson getting paid right now, too?
Probably something like Paul Mullen is.
I'm trying to look right. So I'm currently on an article right now, trying to get some of the information for you guys. What we're talking about for anyone tuning in right now is the financial implications of Wrexham being promoted. At this point in the 84th minutes, is looking very likely here, 3-1 over Boreham Wood. We're talking about the fact that they will get about $1 million allocated to the team if they do get promoted, how that kind of is spread across in all different ways. But of course, players' contracts increases. We're talking about what's feasible, which players will stick around, and who they potentially could be bringing in next year in League Two if they're able to hold on to this 3-1 victory here.
I'm looking at the wages right now, and Paul Mullen isn't even the top earner.
On Wrexham?
Yeah.
Really?
Andy Cannon makes $5,500 a week. O'Connell makes 5.3K a week, and then Mullen and Ollie Palmer both make 4.8.
So that and what is Paul Mullen's contract currently?
Paul Mullen and Ollie Palmer yearly salary is basically £250,000.
No, how long is the duration of Mullen's contract?
That I don't know.
Because I mean, if I'm him, I would argue for a big increase there personally.
Yeah. But Jordan Davies, who's been a longtime servant of Wrexham, is a Wrexham kid as well. He makes $2,100 a week.
Okay.
But Elliot Lee, who we have been talking about, he makes $4,300 a week.
Is TikTok also staying next year?
If I were them, I would try and get someone bigger than TikTok, which is definitely possible.
When you're talking bigger than TikTok in League Two, who are you talking? I mean,
YouTube.
they can go through. Well, YouTube is bigger. I would rather have YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out.
Because I mean, you think about it.
YouTube's the best.
Where do you where do you get like League Two games and all that? You can't really find them. You can find highlights, but you can't really find games. Maybe they get a thing with YouTube TV.
LAFC is YouTube TV
because there's also YouTube TV now has NFL Sunday Ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do a thing like that to where you get all the League Two games or Wrexham games, whatever. Because I don't think TikTok does anything to where you can watch their games. And even then, it's
live
a
stream
freaking portrait mode.
It's actually crazy how we were just saying, shout out YouTube, and our viewers just went up. We cracked the algorithm, boys.
Yeah, McCoy Marcos, YouTube is the best, just thinking about it, finances and all. Like, it is, because YouTube is the second largest search engine behind Google.
Yeah.
And Google owns both.
The Voice is JT99. I live about 2 hours. That's cool. From Wrexham. Haven't been any games. Hopefully you get to a couple games next year if they're in League Two. Keep us posted. Hit subscribe, The Voices, so in future streams we can talk about what you're up to.
State of Soccer TV across the Wrexham shirt.
I like that a lot. Lock on Donis. I could see it too. I could maybe afford that for a couple hours. Maybe just in time for just the amount of time for one match, maybe.
McCoy, how much is MLS on Apple TV in the Philippines? I am really intrigued by that because it's available in 108 countries. So if you had Wrexham go to Apple TV, available in 108 countries.
Alan Spooner chiming in. So this is the first time we're hearing from Alan. Thank you for tuning in today. Hope you're enjoying the stream, the watch along. There's a lot of laws related to football on TV in UK. Currently, no 3 p.m. kickoff are allowed to be live on TV.
Yep. They've thought about doing away with that. I think one of the main reasons why, like behind that, is to get people to go to the games. But I mean, it's if you have it on an Apple TV, on a YouTube TV, Amazon, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want a way for people to watch because they got National League TV to be a thing. Is there anything like that for League Two? Because like they said, that 3 p.m. kickoff blackout trickles all the way down.
All the way down, yeah. Mikey Comics. Going to the Wrexham game at UNC in June. Are they playing at UNC in Raleigh? That's where they're playing?
Yeah, that's where they're playing Chelsea.
Wait, so they're playing at the college soccer?
Yep.
In a small, closed environment like that?
No, they're playing where North Carolina's
football,
like college football team.
Sorry, the college football team. I was thinking,
they're playing at Chapel Hill.
That's really cool. That's actually really, really cool. That's an interesting choice for a venue. And I wonder, demographically, like that's a younger area. The whole Raleigh, that whole corridor of universities, if they're trying to get a lot of students, young people coming to the match, probably people who are watching, the documentary. It should have been at NC State. I'm guessing Mikey's an NC State guy. The Wolf Pack. That's cool. Thanks for tuning in, Mikey Comics. It's good to have you here. We have McCoy Marcos $14 USD per game.
So I'm guessing they have to pay individually per game because I'm guessing you did what I did, and that was pay for the whole season.
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking for MLS Apple. MLS for Apple TV?
Yeah.
One thing they did that's interesting is your season ticket holder. So season ticket holder for the union, you get free Apple TV for the season.
Well, that's awesome.
And Apple's complaining because they haven't made as much money as they thought they would off of, the new agreement.
Well, they just had a blackout worldwide.
Yeah.
This past weekend, and I missed the first half of the game.
It's crazy, man. Well, let's get back to Wrexham. We're here for
Bowen just came off. Ollie Palmer just got substituted off.
Guys, if you enjoyed this stream, like I've said before, hit like, subscribe. If you want to go even further and donate to the channel, hit super chat. You can always do that as well, because Gormy and I had to pay a little extra to get the stream today. But hey, it's okay, because honestly, it's worth it. It's worth the price of admission here to chill with you guys for this stream. Boreham is attacking. It's 3-1 right now. Love from South Wales. We have watching from Idaho, USA.
There we go.
I like this guy's channel, bruh. If you haven't heard, next year's kit sponsor will be State of Soccer TV for Wrexham.
I was actually on an esports team from Idaho.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, for NHL, there's like a esports league for it. I was on the Idaho Steelheads.
I love that name, Idaho Steelheads.
Yeah, their jerseys are really cool.
I feel like they just would have cool jerseys. Idaho Steelheads.
It's got like a forest at the bottom, like how certain teams in football have like if their crest is like a lion, they'll have like a lion at the bottom, or whatever. Yeah. That's kind of like what they did.
That's really cool. All right, Gormy. We have 5 minutes of stoppage time. Phil Parkinson that man just needs to relax.
He can't relax. He's gonna pass out at the full-time whistle.
Oh my word!
Look at how red his face is.
God, could you imagine being that, a member of that guy's family? Maybe he's like really chill off the pitch. He's just
he is. He is like the most calm, composed person away from the stadium. Then you get him there, and his words of enthusiasm take over.
And it's kind of like Klopp, though, too. Honestly, he seems like a very calm guy. This is their outlet. What's that?
Same with Pep.
Yeah, I believe that. I think Mourinho's the same way too. I think he just enjoys life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a mental shut-off valve. If you're a manager, from being a football manager, you have to have a mental shut-off valve. You have to to be able to turn it off sometimes.
If you're Wrexham, you've already won. Do you rest your players for the last game of the season? The last game of the season's an away game, isn't it? If so,
it is.
Yeah. Unless you want to give everyone like their one last go in the National League.
I think it's an opportunity, Gormy, for Phil to see what some of his players have. If they're going to be reevaluating the roster after this season going to League Two, it's an opportunity to get a couple guys to run on the pitch, see what they have, maybe some youth players. That's personally what I would do.
Yeah.
Wayne Walden.
That place is about to explode, man.
I'd just like to say to all of you Wrexham fans out there and to all the Wrexham players, good luck in League Two next season from a Fulham fan. Really cool.
Fulham fans are so nice.
I'm telling you,
they're so nice.
I did my Craven Cottage Stadium tour. That's the highest viewed video on my entire channel. Mm-hmm. And there was not one mean comment. That's unheard of in YouTube. You always get You could look like Ryan Reynolds and someone will say that you're ugly. Like, literally, man, not one bad comment. The Wrexham fans are so nice.
Yeah, SC has a good point. So does Mikey Comics, saying give the backups a go.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
All right. Over under that Rob cries.
Oh, I definitely think he cries. I think Ryan cries maybe too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
This is
Should we just go?
amazing
Should we
that
just
this
go
town gets
rogue?
this.
Should we just go rogue and show the stream at the end?
I'll put my glasses up to where it's reflected off, and
We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna show the stream. If they're not showing the game, then I think I don't know. Like once the game's over,
Chicago, Illinois, my city's greatest rival.
Michael Paulus will make it even harder for me to buy their merch. Yes, the celebration. McCoy wants us to show the celebration. Just go rogue. Yo,
Mikey Comics. Rob cries for sure. Ryan makes fun of him.
That's possible. That's possible. Yo, dude, scoreline, scoreboard.
3-1. Wrexham are going up as league champions.
Guys, that does it. The final whistle. Wrexham is going to League 2. I'm looking for my celebratory effects here. That is it.
That is incredible.
What an awesome match to witness. What an awesome stream it's been. Here's the confetti for Wrexham. Unbelievable.
And a pitch invasion.
It's a pitch invasion. The fans at the race course are going absolutely wild, as they should. You gotta love this. You gotta love this. Yeah,
That is incredible.
That is incredible. What are the comments? Comments are piling in. What do we have here? Pitch invasion on the field. Congratulations, Wrexham. A couple choice words that I'm sure Phil Parkinson sang himself. We have, I'm not even going to attempt. Oh, okay. Doc Fawn. Thank you, gents from Welsh. Had fun watching this.
Yep. This was a lot of fun. And this
songs.
This town definitely deserves it.
They deserve it. Yeah, everyone wants me to show the celebration. I want to show the celebration too, guys, but you'll see it on Twitter. I can't.
Yep.
I don't want to get a strike or anything. That's the only thing. But let's just kind of talk about it right now. Rob and Ryan are holding up a Wrexham flag. Phil Parkinson looks emotional. Yo, this is Hollywood at its finest too. I hate to say it, but
absolutely.
The rain coming down, the rain on the pitch. Now the Wrexham players are kissing their wives. The rain coming down. The fans are celebrating. We have a couple flares in the crowd.
Rob is crying.
We can confirm. Well, let's see. Actually,
Phil Parkinson.
He actually
looks like he wanted to cry.
Rob's wiping off tears. Wow. Gormy, get the Welsh flag closer.
Take it off the wall.
We got tons of comments coming in. Congratulations. Great job with the podcast. Let's go, Wrexham. We got a lot of Welsh supporters coming in. Come on, visit soon, guys. We'll be there.
I would love to.
If you guys want to send us a super chat and cover the airfare, we'll be on the next flight. Thank you, Marcus. You've been the MVP.
Yep.
This is awesome, guys. Thank you for all this support, for all the love, and thank you, Wrexham, for such an incredible season. Moving on to League 2. Oh, there's Rob FaceTiming.
Yeah, Pete.
Oh, it was Ryan.
That was Ryan. Ryan FaceTimed his wife, Blake Lively.
Who I know had some doubts originally, didn't she?
Yeah, she thought it was absolutely nuts that he bought a team.
I mean, it is. It's a nuts thing to do, but at the same time, it's amazing. If I could do it, I would do it. Unbelievable. Phil Parkinson is just
certified legend at Wrexham now. All of them are. I'm pretty sure that they will build a statue of either Phil or Paul Mullen.
This has to be, and maybe even of Ryan and Rob too.
Yeah.
This has to be one of the best days of their lives, all of them. Honestly.
100%.
Even though Phil Parkins he's had a really good managerial career, this has to
Mm-hmm.
be arguably his top moment for him to take the move and go down to a 5th division club.
Yeah, same thing with Paul Mullen. He was top goal scorer in League 2, and he goes down. And Ali was in League 1 at the time with Wimbledon and went down 2 levels to play for Wimbledon. Not to play for Wimbledon, to play for Wrexham, moving from Wimbledon. I mean, it's all these players, the manager, they all took chances on being a part of this project, and it has 110% been well worth it.
I think it's exceeded all expectations, really, this whole project. I mean, the expectation was to get promoted. So at the end of the day, this is all that matters. But everything that's come along with it, the publicity, the fact that Wrexham is about to tour the United States this summer matches, all of this. And honestly, that by itself could raise a lot of money for next year for the team.
Yeah, and they get to do it as Von Rahmen National League champions.
Unbelievable, guys. Guys, hit like, subscribe, please, because we're gonna be back for some more, especially for next season, League 2, Wrexham. Gormy, this might need to be a thing. I think you're now the official streaming visitor for Wrexham matches on State of Soccer.
I will definitely do it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Back anytime. We've got to get Josh Berber back up in here with the broadcast. Quite the crew we have here on State of Soccer, and quite the audience we have here too. McCoy Marcos, the GOAT, the one and only, coming in with Welcome to Wrexham Season 2 is going to be fire.
It's going to be incredible, which they teased like 2 months ago. It's almost ready, which, I mean, it basically is done and dusted. They just have to do the editing and whatnot. So honestly, next 2 to 3 months, expect it to be on TV.
This guy is a man of many talents. Gamer, guitarist, sports fan. Woohoo. Wow. A lot going on there.
I'm pretty sure Paul Mullen is being held up by fans right now.
We got our first Norwegian supporter coming in. Greeting, lads from Norway. Please provide the stream link. This is the stream. You can watch on National League. It's like $9.
NationalLeagueTV.com. Or I'm sure someone is on Twitter right now doing it. From Norway. Absolutely awesome. Amazing. I love Norway.
Very cool.
I would love to know where you were from in Norway. From Southeast Wales.
McCoy Marcos, it's been awesome talking to you, man. Thank you for chiming in. You've been great. Next stream, of course, hop on in, and could be an MLS. I think the next stream will most likely probably be MLS related. I'd imagine, maybe Premier League, maybe Champions League. We'll see. Wayne Walden. We've just had awesome support, awesome support all match for me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that's tuned in, thank you very much. That it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully all you guys are subscribing to State of Soccer because they do absolutely amazing work.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And
no problem, bud.
We have Sujal from Nepal. Very cool. Good having you here. So just to describe the scenes, guys, if you're tuning in now on State of Soccer and you want to know exactly what's happening, Wrexham did win. Wrexham defeated Boreham Wood 3-1 today in front of a packed house. Rob is crying. I thought I saw some tears from Ryan.
I think everyone has.
I think there's not a dry eye in the house right now. The whole, there's some chants going along right now. Fans are just on the pitch. Wow. Just beautiful scenes. Promotion.
They're waiting to do the trophy presentation, but being that there's a couple thousand people on the field right now, they can't do it currently.
And it's so cool that Wrexham will be coming stateside this summer, you guys. I know they're going to UNC. And where else are they playing? They're playing Chelsea, right? And who else?
They're playing Chelsea at Chapel Hill. They're playing Dortmund in South Carolina. They're playing a couple teams in South Carolina. It's like a 7-a-side tournament that they're doing or something like that. Cool. And then they're also in San Jose against Manchester United as of right now. But I am sure with this happening, they're going to go to other cities as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Philadelphia, being that Rob will probably want them to do like a victory tour of some sort, and they go to Vancouver and to Philly.
We've been really harping up. So Rob, for a while, wasn't giving the Union enough love. People were kind of annoyed because, he's a Philly guy, but now he's giving the Union some love on Twitter. And he did mention possibly that match between the Union and Wrexham, which would be awesome. I'll be all over that, guys. It's probably for a match day vlog for that one, because that'll be in my backyard here. So
yeah.
Crowd going crazy still. I'm sure, like you said, Gourmet, they're trying to clear the crowd off so they can do the trophy ceremony. But at the end of the day, the trophy is just a material item. And right now, with the crowd on the pitch, this is really as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
This is the real award. You see kids running around. You see families celebrating. This is awesome for Wrexham. I just imagine the tourism is probably spiking in the town. We've heard
it has big time. They've talked about that.
Paul Rudd has been visiting. Rob is still crying.
He's an emotional man, which is completely fine.
There's nothing wrong with being emotional.
One thing I need to try and find is the Wrexham Lager, because they have the Wrexham Lager stand. And I definitely want to try that if it is available anywhere.
That'd be really cool to try.
Because me being the Liverpool fan I am, I love Carlsberg. Carlsberg is amazing.
I'm gonna put a Wrexham earns promotion. Putting a title up here so everyone coming in knows. There we go. And they've earned it. There we go.
Red Army champions. Yes, sir. Blues Machine.
Red Army champions. The Blues Machine. The Red Army. Our lager was on the Titanic, That's actually interesting.
Conspiracy theory. The Titanic never sank.
Whoa. You're going to demonetize. YouTube's going to be...
It was the Olympic. Which actually, if you want to read into that, do it. It's very interesting.
I actually might check that out. Stefan Burnt. That sounds German to me, but I don't know, Stefan. I don't know where you're tuning in from. Amazing, great call, guys. All global support and energy definitely helped. We're channeling our energy here. This is...
Good vibes.
Good vibes all around. Without getting ahead of myself, this might be the longest message we've had all day, but I love it. Without getting ahead of myself, I think Wrexham will have a couple of premiership trophies and at least one. Whoa.
Without getting ahead of myself, they're going to have a Champions League title by the end of the decade. I mean, one thing I will say, they'll probably win a trophy before Tottenham.
Whoa. Shots fired. I think, wasn't he a Tottenham supporter too? I think Lockham-Donis was a Tottenham supporter.
But Tottenham fans will definitely agree with that, with the state of things right now.
Yeah.
Tottenham's kind of a mess. But that statement was actually made by Ben Foster's friend, Mark Goldbridge.
Oh, that guy's wild.
Yeah, Mark said that he thinks that Wrexham will win a trophy, but before, in the Prem, before Tottenham does.
Well, it looks like Lockham-Donis is not easily offended with his laughing face.
I'm guessing Blues Machine is in Wrexham with what they
Blues
said.
Machine is going wild right now. Yeah, he's popping off. Absolutely packed in the pubs in town tonight. I'm jealous of you, Blues Machine.
Yeah, this is a once in a lifetime experience type thing that I'm sure thousands of people would love to be at.
Wow. Could have planned ahead. Gormy, just saved some money, and the two of us could have shot over to Wrexham. Even if we weren't at the match, we could just be waiting in the pubs. Just like
that is so he's literally like behind the stadium. That's amazing.
this might be about if Blues Machine wants to join in on the StreamYard and broadcast live.
Yeah, just go run on the field real quick for us.
Yeah. I wonder if you didn't have tickets, they probably wouldn't let you in right now. It'd be too tough to just sneak in and run on the field. I don't know.
He could go to the pub at least, which that pub is going to be like it might as well be one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Like that pub has become so famous.
Well, guys, we'll stick with you guys here for about another 5 minutes as Wrexham has earned promotion with a 3-1 victory over Boreham Wood. They are going up to League Two. League Two, you guys have been amazing all stream long. You've been amazing all season long. And so is Wrexham to earn promotion here, 3-1. Dominating possession over Boreham Wood. It was a match that saw an early goal for Boreham Wood. It saw Wrexham get one back in the first half. And then 2 goals. 2 goals. The third one was this absolute laser from Paul Mullen himself.
That was an amazing goal.
And here we are. Here we are after 2 hours, 90 minutes, which is an hour and a half, but, taking into consideration halftime. Beautiful match here that is seeing Wrexham go up to
I'm pretty sure the fans are trying to take down one of the nets.
Oh, that always happens. Like, try to cut
do you see that at the far end of the field right now?
Yeah, I'd be doing the same. I would check eBay later on. It goes someone's selling like piece of pitch from Wrexham. Yeah. It would probably sell for at least $30. Someone would buy it.
That happened when Tennessee beat Alabama.
Yeah,
and they paraded the field goal post through town, and then they ended up just throwing it in the river. It's like, wow, why did you do that?
Yeah. Oh man.
That is incredible. That they're trying to tell the fans to get off the pitch now so that they can do the trophy presentation.
We got a lot of people tuning in from Wrexham. It's pretty cool. Eclipse Gaming love from Wrexham. All love tonight because this is an unbelievable night for Wrexham and for Wrexham supporters all around the world. Because, Gormy, let's count it off. Tonight we had supporters coming in from Venezuela, from Argentina, from the United States, from Canada, Norway, Nepal, the Philippines. Am I leaving any?
India.
Oh, Isle of Man. Where else?
India. There's someone from India.
If I've left out any countries, let us know.
So, state-wise, you had Idaho, you had North Carolina, and then Illinois with Chicago. And then obviously Pennsylvania with you and Missouri with me.
Yep. Eclipse Gaming. Where are you watching from? Pennsylvania, Missouri. Now, do locals in Missouri say Missouri or Missouri?
Missouri.
Okay. Yeah.
Although everyone thinks we say Missouri, it is not Missouri, just like Illinois is not Illinois.
Oh, we had Brazil as well. We left out Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil. We did have Brazil.
Washington State. What's your guys' call?
Arsenal, Man City. I am riding with Arsenal.
I'm going to ride with Arsenal too.
Just because when Pep comes out and says that his team, he fears they're suffering from exhaustion with how many games all of them have played. Because think about how many games they played last season.
Yeah.
Then they're playing this season, and like the whole team's at the World Cup. And then the rest of this way, they just got to the FA Cup final today. They're playing for the Prem. They're in the Champions League semifinal. They're definitely tired.
Oh, their legs are so tired, yeah. But Pep kind of does that psychologically too. Jamaica.
I get to see them in June or July. And then we got Wentzville, Missouri, right down the road.
Wow. He's right down the road. He just comes through the door. Daniel. Whoa. I'm actually behind you. Sujal. Okay, have a great he's joining us from Nepal. Thank you, Sujal. It's been great. And hopefully, we try to bring as much knowledge as we have. That's why we do these streams, just to talk to you guys, see how everyone's doing, and celebrate Wrexham's promotion today. That's the name of the game today. Well, Gormy, I think it's now time for me to go. We're going to start off here in a second. But I'm really happy that I got to come back in. Hi from Ecuador.
Ecuador is producing some very good footballers.
No problem, Daniel. It's all good, man. Love that you're joining us. Better late than never. Ecuador, yeah. Hector Cedeno. I have Welsh cousins. That's actually really cool. Congratulations. Very cool. Well, guys, with that, we're signing off now. Subscribe if you really mean it. Subscribe if you enjoyed today. It means the world to me. And to Gormy. Gormy, one more thing. Give your YouTube channel a shout out, which I think is at Y Gormy, correct?
Yeah, at Y Gormy, YGORMY. Do Football Manager content over there and some IRL football stuff as well. Which more of that coming soon. So if you guys want to check out my channel, feel free to do so. But definitely subscribe to State of Soccer TV. You guys will be getting a lot of watch-alongs here on the channel, whether it is for Wrexham, International, Prem, MLS, whatever it may be.
No, thanks for that, Gormy. And what we have coming next, really excited. We have a stadium tour of Red Bull Arena in Major League Soccer. So if you have any interest in MLS, we got a full private unparalleled access. They gave us access to the stadium last Friday, and I filmed a vlog there. So I'll be walking around the stadium, and this week it should drop for you guys too. So be on the lookout for that. Subscribe if you want to watch that. If you're into that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually pumped about that one, Gormy. Really excited for this one. But yeah, to everyone tuning in I'm going to name all the countries, and then we're going to go and then watch more countries. From everyone tuning in from Ecuador, Argentina, Brazil. Those are the South American countries we had. From the United States, I think we had Pennsylvania, Missouri. Now I'm confusing myself. Washington State. Where else did we have? Idaho.
Illinois.
North
Carolina. Also Ecuador. We had Canada.
Ecuador. We had Grimsby.
We had Norway. We had Nepal.
Nepal. We had Norway. We had India. Where else?
Philippines.
Wales. Yeah, forget Wales. England. I'm sure maybe some
anywhere and everywhere, basically.
Probably from tons of countries that we don't even probably the guy next door is watching our stream. Who knows? Who knows? So guys, with that, congratulations to Wrexham. Congratulations to all of you for your support for Wrexham. And thank you so much from State of Soccer. Have a good rest of your weekend. And take care. We'll see you guys soon.